Hello, Connective. Welcome back. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Comment, like, and subscribe without smashing anything. And let's get into this energy. This is a collective reading. This is a general reading for the collective. I'll pull some cards today for everyone. See what we can come up with as a message today. While I was shuffling the cards, some of the cards wanted to come out. And it was almost like a message of what you do not see. So let's find out what's happening. So we have the law of love on the table, which says your heart knows no bounds. And we have the Akashic library on the table, which is kind of like the record of all that is. They're shuffled. So I'm thinking this might have to do with love, like the record of all there is. But that has to do with like love in your life. New moon in Taurus, know your worth. That's a message that keeps coming out. Let's see what we get for the energy. So we have all tied up. All right. Let's pull the other cards. These first. Law of love. All right, so I see this one. That is the Page of Swords upside down, the Five of Pentacles upright. The Lovers. All right then. It's Page of Pentacles. I don't think that this Page of Pentacles is you. Queen of Cups upright. Strength. I see it way back there. There we go. The Hierophant. Okay. Well, let's get the rest of the cards. Figure out exactly what's happening. All right. This one wanted to come out. Break free. Celebrate came out with this Page of Swords upside down. It's time with the Five of Pentacles. Surrender with the Lovers. Slow down with the Queen of Cups. Open up with Strength. And let it go with the Hierophant. Okay. This deck was like unruly when I was trying to shuffle it before we started. I see this card and this card. All right. All right. So I am going to take that before the reading is coming out about what you might not see coming. There might be an ending if there wasn't already an ending. Or someone might be leaving that might still be around at the moment. It might not be terrible as far as like how you feel in this like ending goes in this particular relationship, but you're kind of constricted because of the way you entered it. You kind of entered it a little bit small, but I hate to say it, you also entered it with someone who was small. Someone who didn't see their own potential, let alone yours. And you've done all you can do here with this person. even if there was no one around like coming, which I don't see anyone on the table necessarily. This Strength card here denotes your match. This Hierophant card is kind of making me feel like what's coming to you was destined to come to you. But you had to go through this first to learn a thing or two about going into this next thing with this law of love here. There was a lot of stuff missing. You didn't realize it because it's been missing in other relationships. But I think you're getting to the point now where you're starting to realize either what you're not getting, what you're missing, or just what you know you've never had. Like what you know you've never had, the thing that you want that you just haven't gotten from other people in relationships. And these aren't things that are necessarily like feeding the toxic machine. These are things that are like feeding your soul for when you're in a relationship. You just haven't been offered it. Probably because the people that you've been picking have not been the right people for that. Not exactly a match. Break free. You're being asked to break free from the tribe in order to live your authentic life. This isn't easy, but it's very necessary if you're going to share your true self with others. Be brave, be real, be you, and trust that those who love you will always be there for you. Interesting that love is on this card. I mean, you could be assessing who you are to a certain degree. I don't see like a life-changing epiphany or anything about even necessarily your worth, which it says that you do need to learn about if you don't already know what your worth is. It's more of surrendering to your own ideas of what you think relationships are. Believing that that can come to you, believing that it's a possibility, that it's already been written. You spend enough time in this cold environment, this cold environment where you've kind of been, like I said, constricted. Sometimes in relationships, like we'll want to give more than the other person because that's just the way we are. And so we don't necessarily let anything hinder us. We will continue to just like give a lot in that relationship, like the whole time until it's completely done. I feel like you weren't even allowed to do that. I feel like the constriction of this relationship, this person who wasn't giving anything also just wasn't receiving anything. Like you could have done that all day long, but they wouldn't have even noticed. So this one says, these are the two advice cards we pulled. No matter how much you are being tested or pushed right now, stand your ground and push back. Believe in your own integrity and self-worth so much that no one can get in your way. Have the confidence to move forward. You can and will do this. So interesting that worth is on the table twice and love is on the table 3 times. We also have your life is about to start moving quickly in some areas. Events that seem to have been on hold suddenly propel forward. Move with the flow and be mindful of what needs your attention most. Make decisions rationally but sensibly. Yeah, I kind of get the feeling like because you've been sort of held back, you've got this like all tied up card here, that when things do start moving, it's going to throw you off because you've never been able to, it's almost like in a horse race, like just letting the horses go. And you're kind of like, okay, we've never had to do that. It's kind of like saying just go with it, that it might be uncomfortable, but looking back on this past situation isn't going to necessarily be any more comfortable. So you need to open up to strength, surrender to the idea of what you think that love, what kind of love might be coming towards you. Realize that whatever you've been getting wasn't matching you necessarily, and that what is coming to you is. It's telling you to slow down just a little bit on when you enter into this next thing. You do want to be in a slightly different place emotionally, mentally. So you do want to at least know your worth. You want to at least gather your strength for what's coming forward for you in this relationship. And you want to make sure that you do kind of let this other thing exit. You know, realize and understand what you got from it that you didn't necessarily want, that you don't want again, and then just let it go so that you can move forward into this other thing that's already coming towards you. This says say goodbye to your past and leave the baggage behind for good. Yeah, that kind of tells me that you could drag this through with you. You could drag it right into the next thing if you wanted to. Don't do that. Break free from that idea. It says you're all tied up, but I think that technically if you wanted to let it go, you could. If you wanted to surrender the ideas that, you know, of what you think love is that are not necessarily up to your standards, you could do that. Nobody's stopping you from doing that. If you wanted to open up to get strength to move forward and even celebrate the loss of this person who wasn't treating you that well, then it's time to do that. But do it in a way with integrity. Do it in a way that's you. Do it in a way that's healed. Do it in a way that's final. Think about that, Connective. Till we meet again.